victory. Are you happy with the performance today? And are you surprised by the level of dominance? Because it felt quite comfortable watching it in the stadium.
Never feels so comfortable to me, I have to say, in Premier League. Would have felt more comfortable if we managed maybe to score the third one, because one time we were also lucky after the corner and the header from Arsenal, which was very close, and the momentum can shift anytime. But as you say, I think we deserve to win, and I felt us still a little bit with heavy legs, and in the first half, not with the last sharpness and freshness, and then we got a bit sloppy at easy ball losses. So was also some moments where it was not so comfortable, and where we brought ourselves into some trouble. But I think it's necessary to accept, because we come from a pretty unique pre-season, and we continued with an overload week last week for some of the guys who had their third week in training. So putting all this together, I'm happy how we play, how we play as a team, how we attack and defend together. And like I said, I think it's a deserved victory, and it's a perfect way to start.
Matthew Nash.
Hi, Thomas. How good a start was that from Romelu? And do you see signs that he'll be able to give you everything that you hope that he can bring with that performance?
Well, it was a very good start. Of course, it's the best thing when your striker scores straight away and scores straight away an important goal to bring the lead 1-0 to us. But on top of it, he linked up very well with Mason Mount, with Kai Havertz, and gave something to our game that we can play very, very directly up front into the last line. And he was dangerous throughout the whole game, because he's also dangerous in counterattack. So and we brought him into the game very, very good already. So now it's about details. There is, of course, stuff to improve. It's the beginning of the season. He almost scored a second one, which was a fantastic save by Bernd Leno, and was a very good debut, and he linked up very well with us, and now is the moment to continue and to improve.
JD Dyer.
Hey, Thomas. I think first of all, I just want to ask you about how Reece is. Now we've had a sort of an hour or so after the game. I know there was a sort of a concussion protocol. I know I heard you say in the post-match he was worried about his tooth, but how is he feeling in terms of his condition?
There was no concussion at all. He was worried about his jaw and his tooth, so he was a bit shocked in the first moment. But everything all right with him, and he's very well.
I think secondly, I just asked you very quickly as well. You've made a huge addition in terms of Romelu Lukaku. You've seen his impact today. Are you happy with your squad in terms of the depth and the quality that you have now, just a few days left of the window?
Yeah, I'm absolutely happy with our squad and the alternatives we have. It's not too big a squad, so like we were missing Christian Pulisic today, and that meant that everybody else was straight in the squad, in the 18 player squad plus the goalkeepers. That means we have not the biggest squad, but we have very, very competitive squad on all positions, which is I think on one hand necessary, because we play a lot of competitions and have the World Cup coming up in December, and we have a pretty unique situation that we played very long and had the Euros and the Copa America. So if we want to compete, we need this kind of level. But at the same time, it's not only about concurrence; it's also that we build, that we are a strong group, because this was maybe the key in the last half a year, that we played like with a strong bond and with a great team spirit. And this will be the challenge for me and for the team, that we create this atmosphere again, and that everybody is ready to take hard decisions and still keep pushing the team, because if we do this, we can achieve more than if we don't do.
Last two, Joe Prince-Wright and Andy Dillon to finish. Joe.
Hi, Thomas. Congrats on the win. You talked about Lukaku, and obviously everyone talks about his goals, but his link-up play to bring in Kai and Mason. Is that perhaps the most exciting thing for you about his arrival?
Well, I think his profile gives something that we did not have so much that he has some depth in his game, and we can overcome pressing with long balls, and if we are close to the box, we can also play into him when he has some defenders in his back, because he is a very physical player. And we still don't lose our strength for counterattacks, because he likes to run into open spaces. So, yeah, like I said, he was involved. This was very, very good to see. He was involved in training. He was involved with the guys. He's a very open and very smart and very, very open, very friendly person. So it was easy to connect with everybody. They like to play with each other, and this is very important. He gives us some more opportunities. And at the same time, we need to work on the details and keep on going. So it's day one for him now, and there's a lot more to come.
Last question, Andy Dillon.
Hi, Thomas. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Hiya. If I may just ask another question about Lukaku, please. I was impressed with the way that a guy on his debut in a new league, in a new country, completed 90 minutes with little problems. So I'm just wondering, he looks like a guy who's trying to make up for lost time. He looks really pumped. How important is that going to be as a weapon? How big a weapon will that be for you this season? And you said you want to build a team to be feared. Is he a player that should be feared by the opposition?
Well, I certainly think that nobody likes to play against him. Everybody is aware of his physicality, but also of his strengths in link-up play and his strengths to attack the space. So it gives another dimension to our game. But now it's our job also not to lose our strength. That means the work rate, the team effort, the intensity against the ball. So we have to bring everything together. And I think that it's not only about the qualities and the skills from Romelu. It's the package that made it so promising for us. It's the age, it's the experience, it's that he's a Chelsea fan, and he was always a Chelsea fan, and his dream was to make it at this club. So this is what we feel from day one from him, and he has this personality, and he grew in his personality in his clubs where he played. He played for big clubs. He scored for big clubs. And he has this genuine trust in himself. And like I said, I hope that it takes pressure off our young guys' shoulders. And now it's the first game played, and we have a lot more to do. And it has only just begun. So it's not the time now for too much praise, and it's not the time for too much celebration. We need to keep on going in the start of the season.
Okay, thanks everyone.